was 12 years old, my dad took me to a marimba recital and I was hooked. I knew right then and there that that's what I wanted to do. Many people watching may have had a similar experience, or maybe you had other motivations as well. Perhaps you wanted to be that person who enthusiastically explains what a marimba is to complete strangers at dinner parties. Perhaps you were trying to impress a certain lady or gentleman. Hey, it doesn't work, trust me. Boy, I remember when I was in high school, I was interested in a girl, and I thought it'd be a great idea to move marimba outside of her bedroom window in the middle of the night and start playing. Yeah, her dad did not think that was a great idea. He called the police, I got arrested, the marimba wasn't pounded. But I digress. Well, if I was going to learn how to play the marimba, I inevitably would need a teacher, of which I've had many. So, in the spirit of great efficiency, henceforth this amalgam of individuals will be referred to simply as teacher. So, teacher thought it'd be a great idea if I learned how to play with 4 mallets. Now, I already know what some of you are thinking. Excuse me, Mr. Man Pants, but shouldn't your teacher have started you off with just 2 mallets? Yes, everybody calm down. Of course, teacher started me off with just 2 mallets, but we are a little pressed for time here. Besides, this is America. Don't we like having our dessert first? So everybody keep your pants on and let me continue. So, teacher showed me how to hold 4 mallets, gave me a copy of the method of movement, said, do this. So, well, hold on there, Teachy. See, I got me a plan. See, this is the kind of stuff I want to play. Teacher said, I know you do. That's why we're starting off with stuff like this. I said, teacher, you don't understand. I want to play stuff like this. Teacher said, I do understand. That's why we're starting off with stuff like this. I said, but why? I don't want to. It's boring. Teacher explained to me, see, fundamentals are like a nutritious breakfast. The bran muffins of marimba technique, if you will. They're great for your hands and they keep things moving along, pun intended. Well, we did move along eventually to double vertical strokes. And I thought, great, now I can play stuff like this. Hey! Teacher said, slow down there, my man. Why don't we work on something actually written for the marimba first? I said, okay, like this? Sure, I like this. It's fun. It's fast. It's exciting. Teacher said more like this. Okay, I mean, it's a nice piece and all, but it's a little slow, isn't it? Teacher said, exactly. I want you playing slowly right now. I said, well, what if I'm playing it fast? Teacher said, no. You must learn to play slowly and enjoy the ride. Well, I gotta admit, this was starting to bum me out, man. So all we're gonna do is just play slow all the time? That's not what I signed up for. It's not what I saw that guy doing that recital all those years ago. But anyway, I was a good boy. Played the rep, played the exercises, and eventually the glorious day came when teacher showed me double lateral strokes. Woo! Finally, I was going to be able to unleash my inner Eddie Van Halen onto the room. So I started soaking up all the rep that I could find, in which there were plenty of pieces to choose from. And the whole time, teacher was there right by my side, constantly reminding me to slow down. No! Bobo smash! You know, it was right about this time I started seeing a pattern developing, and the pattern was the teacher was always right. It was annoying, but I couldn't deny it. So I decided to start doing what teacher told me to do when teacher told me to do it. And I noticed that I got a whole lot better, a whole lot faster whenever I did it. So I said, all right, teach, what's next? To which teacher replied, you've learned much so far in your journey, young Bobo Walker. But you are not a Jedi yet. Many trials still lie ahead of you along your path. But for now, we must learn the art of sustaining notes through rolls. mustn't, for it does not sound as good, and more importantly, it does not look as cool. Couldn't argue with that. So I worked on my roles, and eventually I developed quite a solid foundation on the instrument. So much so that teacher was allowing me to work on some of the things that I wanted to work on, like triple strokes. Ooh, sing along if you know the words. Well, inevitably the day came when teacher told me that teacher was not going to be my teacher anymore. Teacher said that I needed to go out and be on my own for a while, start figuring some stuff out for myself. And just like that, teacher showed me the door. I looked outside. A little scary, but also exciting. There was a lot out there, so I dabbled and discovered pieces about butterflies. One's by French guys, one's by hopeless romantics. Even came up with a few of my own antics. Had more than one episode. Learned to play in beast mode. Saw the aurora borealis. Found pieces chock full of madness. Others filled with overwhelming sadness. Many with exuberant happiness. And plenty with chopsus maximus. Well, I'm sure glad I had teacher there to help me create the foundation that I was to build upon. Teacher always did right by me. See, teacher helped me cultivate the love-hate relationship that I carry with this instrument to this day. I love it because it sounds great, because it is very fun to play, and I hate it because of all the wrong notes that we seem to excel at playing. Well, who can blame us? We are trying to hit 61 one-inch targets spread across 9 feet of space. It's like a game of whack-a-mole on steroids. Well, in closing, if I may partake a little bit of teacherly wisdom upon anybody who might be watching, if you are first starting out on this or any instrument, please make sure that you take your time and cut yourself a whole lot of slack, because it is likely going to be years before you sound even remotely good at it. For you more seasoned players, may I remind you of the reasons that we all got into this in the first place, and that was hopefully to have fun. Because frankly, if you're not having fun, well then you're not doing it right. So always make sure that you are having fun and never take yourselves too seriously. That's all I got. Make sure to thank your teachers, tip your bartenders, never snack between meals, and never wear your jammies in the bathtub.